Y'all. Y'all! Oh! I mean, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. I just feel like, oh, this is why I have on my Mary J. Blige not gonna cry attire. Wait a minute. Let me put it like this. Because I'm disgusted. I'm so disgusted. What happened? What happened, y'all? Can we talk? Listen. First of all, I'm about to get put out of my apartment. I have been crying, screaming. You know what? Can we not act like we didn't know that we would be here, though? We knew that we would be here. We knew that we would be here. How are y'all doing? Because I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I am a mess. Yes, she is settling. Yes, I cried too. I'm so heartbroken. I just thought that when, like, see, this is the thing for me, right? I felt like that moment that she had with Peter, that was a real relationship to me. They were going back and forth. They were crying. They had passion. She's never shown any kind of passion with Brian. She's never shown, it's always been some type of sexual attraction. But with Peter, there was tears, there was joy, there was a future. Yep. Yes, who just said that? KKK 5. I can't say all them numbers, but yes, she went for the ring. Directly for the ring. Can y'all believe it? I just can't believe that she chose him. I was sitting, I was just like, they are not going to end like an hour into this show. Like, this show needs another hour. They are not going to end hour 2 with her just dumping Peter. I was so surprised and underwhelmed. Underwhelmed, man. It was petty with Peter. It was. Yes, she was more. Yeah, who just said that? Grimalda. Yes, Grimalda. She was more excited about the ring than she was. Guys, okay, let's get real here. This was my whole issue with this thing. Like, with Rachel and Brian, there has just been no, like, there's been no kind of passion, right? And I feel like she was just always going after the ring on this show, and she was not going after, like, a future. That was my whole issue. I had nothing against Brian, but I felt like Rachel was going after a ring. Maybe it's because this is a TV show and that's what they have to do. But I was just like, girl, this dude is here for you. Brian is a showman. No tea, no shade. He about to cut some big checks from this show. Good for you, Brian. Get in where you fit in. But Rachel, I'm so disappointed because she was just so into getting this ring and not realizing that she basically got a husband or a fiance by default. She got a fiance by default. Now, everybody on my YouTube page who was going in on me, every other Bachelorette has received a ring. Why should Rachel settle? She sure did settle. She got a fiance by default. How many Bachelorettes got a fiance by default? I'll wait. She went after the ring and she done got this showman. That people cover made me sick. He got his sloppy seconds. Yes, he did. Oh, y'all, I'm just so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. I'm like, girl, we need a do-over. We need a first black Bachelorette do-over. I'm serious. It needs to be the next, okay, if we get a black Bachelorette do-over, it needs to be, I want it to be some sister. I want it to be a sister that's middle class. I need a middle class sister from Brooklyn. Her name got to be like Tamika or something, Quantini, something like that. Something where I know that this girl won't play no games. I feel like Rachel was playing games this whole time. I think she was just going after the ring because everybody else got a ring. So she's just like, I'm the first black Bachelorette. I cannot not get a ring. Sweetie, you got a fiance by default. You should have stuck with Peter. At least he ain't got no work done. Oh, gosh. The first black Bachelorette got a fiance with Botox. I mean, he has more Botox than the Kardashian clan combined. Y'all, I'm hurt. You know what? And to be quite honest with you guys, I am, if she's happy, I'm happy. God bless her. But I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked. I did not know. You know why I didn't think that this would be the outcome? I didn't think that this would be the outcome because there were so many spoilers. Like, reality Reality Steve said that she chose him like the second episode into the show. So that's why I'm thinking like it can't be him. Then, they were showing pictures of them together. Then there was pictures, he was showing pictures of him and the damn dog on what is that, Snapchat? So I was just like, it can't be this guy. It really can't be him because there's just way too many spoilers. It has to be Peter because it's not leading that way. Well, my wig is snatched. My edges are gone. I am so invested in this show. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to let them do this to me again. I have become so invested in this show. I have changed up my Monday nights for this show. All for her to pick Brian. They won't get me again. They may get me for Bachelor in Paradise. We'll see. It was so sloppy this season. Heartbroken over Brooke's leaving. She choked. Yep. Oh, yes. Who just said that? I'm living my... Yes. Sam, Maurice, one. Yes, that I'm living my best life comment. That let me know right there that she was still hung up on Peter. Because why did you have to mention that to him? I'm living my best life. Rolling her eyes every time he spoke. No, I wasn't attacking you. Yes, ma'am, you were going after Peter because you still have some feelings. And Brian is a fool if he is going to marry you knowing good and well that you still hung up on Peter. She has so many emotions about Peter. And Peter's sitting over there crying. Rachel is cussing him out. This show is messy. I cannot believe that this is on ABC. This show is so messy. I hope so too. See guys, this is the thing. I really hope that they do get back together. Cause they just have so many feelings. And I honestly, if Rachel and Brian make it good for them, I just don't see it happening. I don't feel like it's real. I feel like they're a really great like press tour kind of couple, but I don't know. Like I feel like they're really good for the show. I feel like the both of them will play the game. Brian will most definitely play the game. He proposed again on stage. Vomit. So I feel like he will play the game. I feel like Peter was just too real for the show, and I also feel like he shouldn't have went on this show. But I don't know. And it's not because I find Peter attractive. Somebody said that on my YouTube page. Because, to be honest, the hottest guy there for me was Dean. I thought he was the finest thing that walked up in that show. Second was Eric for me. Then Peter. Peter was attractive, but he wasn't like my top pick. And he wasn't my top pick in attractiveness. My top pick in attractiveness was Dean. But I felt like Peter was my top pick for Rachel because their scenes, guys, they were the real thing. When they were sitting up there in that little hobbit house that they had their little overnight in, and they were talking, there was so much passion and emotion. I've never seen her give that to Brian. I've never seen her give that kind of passion or emotion to him. It's all been like very like fake and forced, or just sexual. And that's okay. Like there are dudes that you're just sexually attracted to. That don't make them a husband. Peter is real. Yep, he's the real deal. Yes, the breakup had more passion than the proposal. Yes, it did. Brian gave her like this prom proposal. It was so lackluster. I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Oh, duh. Come up with something else. It was just so like flatline, so basic. But then when she was with Peter, oh, wait a minute. Let's talk about this. Did y'all see Rachel's eyes? They could not put enough foundation, enough concealer, enough makeup on that girl's face. Her eyes were still puffy from crying over Peter, yet you accept an engagement from Brian? You still crying over the dude that you really want? I can't. It's so corny. Yes, that proposal was ridiculously corny. Thank you, Smiley Chris. Her eyelashes. She cried her eyelashes off of that dude. And Brian got down on one knee. You know what, Brian, you better reflect. Because you don't have her heart. You got a puss, but you don't have her heart. You don't have it. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Mother Nature did a thing with Homegirl and that weed. Because, the wind was blowing so hard. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it to the Bachelorette. Maybe because this is their first Black Bachelorette, they just didn't really know what they were doing. Because they had Rachel in freezing temperatures. They always had her someplace where her weave was just blowing all over the place. Her braids are being exposed. Her edges, are being exposed. And she's sweating. The hair is not matching up. And I'm like, no. Next time you do a Black Bachelorette, You have to put her in warm climates, okay? If she's going to wear a weave, there needs to be no wind. Take precaution, Chris Harrison. Listen. I was looking at her hair the whole time. I was just like, if they show one more weave braid. Oh, Rachel. Yep. Give me the ring. Yes, that's exactly what she said. Can I move these comments back? Yes, the queen ish. Yes, she said, give me the ring. He got down on one knee. I want the ring. I want the ring. That's all it was about. Girl, why did you let Peter go? Oh, I cried, y'all. I was a mess. That's why it took me a minute. I had to get myself together because I was a wreck in here. I was like shaking. I was so... That scene with them it was so much passion, and I was just like, how can you take a proposal from another dude when your eyes are so red and puffy because you were crying over the dude that basically got sent home, accidentally? Like, there wasn't like really a closure for them, and she just walked away. And then did y'all see the part where she was like, I don't want to leave? And I'm like, then don't Peter, don't let her go. They are just so emotional. Peter and Rachel remind me of The Notebook. They play too much, and I don't know if they're ever going to get together. I hope they do, because I just think they're so perfect. But it was just she just has so much passion with Peter, and none of that with Brian. None of it. But Brian will play the game. Brian will propose. Brian will propose for that. He'll pose for that People cover. Listen, Brian gonna get some checks, and he gonna get some more reality TV jobs out of this. Mark my words. Brian gonna be all over VH1. He gonna be all over WeTV. He is going to get some reality TV show checks. He played the game, and he did what he needed to do. Bravo, Brian. Bravo, you played the game. I called it from day one. I was just like, this dude got all this swag. He is a player. He was even successful on a show called The Player. Rachel, I'm upset like it's me. I feel like it's me. I really, really do. Yeah, she was more concerned with the ring. Somebody said go in. He should. Yes, Pete. Who just said that? Yes, Sam Maurice 11. Peter should have ran after her. I was disappointed that he didn't run after her. But I'm even more disappointed in Rachel to be crying about, Peter like that and then accept a proposal from Brian. I don't know. That was just very, very weird to me. And again, this is my first time watching this show. The last time I watched it, it was with, I think her name was Trisha and the Firefighter. I believe that was the last show, Bachelorette show that I watched. I think that was the first one, but I don't remember much from it because I was a kid. You know what I mean? I don't remember anything from it. Now I'm a woman. I have a different perspective, and I am disappointed. So disappointed. Like this, even like the ending, like everything was so lackluster. And I'm like, ABC, you got to get a hold on your cast. You can't let those people, other cast members or Rachel's friends go and tell, little tidbits and secrets. Because one girl that was on The Bachelor or whatever, and she's good friends with Rachel, she was the one who said that Rachel was having a engagement party in Texas and then one in Miami. Who live in Miami? Like, they was just giving so much stuff away that it wasn't. I felt like we, the viewers, were hoping for a different outcome, knowing we would probably be here right now. And I can't believe, how many weeks was this show? I gave this show 8 weeks, and she picked Brian. 8 weeks out of my life. 2 hours on a Monday night. You know how busy people are on a Monday night? And I gave y'all 2 hours, and y'all gave me Brian. I'm verklempt, okay? I'm verklempt. Yep, wait a minute, Smile Chris. Brian started selling merchandise? Oh, no. First red flag is that he's 37 and still single. Tell it, the queen. Oh, yes. When Peter said, what's wrong with me? Yes, who just said that? Yes, Bake Neon. When Peter said, what's wrong with me? That's when I just started travailing. Like, I was crying and shaking. And I was like, nothing's wrong with you, Peter. You're just too real for this show. But I wanted him to run after her and show her some passion. But you know what? I think he knew that no matter what he showed her, if he wasn't proposing, she wasn't going to pick him. Rachel was not going to pick him. She wanted that ring. And that's why, I could be wrong, and some of you said that doesn't happen, but that's why I thought that maybe they get a bonus if they get a ring, or maybe because all the other bachelorettes have received a ring, she was just like, I'm going to get a ring and I'm not going to settle. But I just feel like she went after the ring, and she should have went after a husband. Because Peter is a husband. Brian is a showman. Brian is good for the show. That's what it is. Brian is good for the show. He is a reality TV show personality. I'm telling you, we're going to see him on Famously Single. We're going to see him on that VH1 celebrity couples therapy. We are going to see him on all those shows. I guarantee you, Brian is going to work the red carpet. He is going to get his checks, and I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. She picked him. Everybody saw the red flags, even the family. And I knew she was going to pick him because the way she bucked up at her mother, she never did that for any other dude. So I knew she was going to pick the dude because she was falling for the puss. The puss. Man, and those overnights, because let me tell you something, Peter had a lead because he got in her head. He had a lead after their overnight because they definitely did it. But then she had that overnight with Rico Suave, and let me tell you something, she was back to normal. She was back to Rachel and Brian all over again. I don't know what he did to her, but I could only imagine because Rachel came from that overnight with Brian, and she was refreshed, and she knew exactly what she was going to do. I can't believe it. The first black bachelorette, and she got to do with cheek fillers. Like, what ABC? Like, what is this? Y'all didn't... He took 8 weeks out of my life. Out of my life. I was done with the show when she sent home Dean. But y'all told me to hold on, and I held on for Brian. Guys, my heart. I'm so upset. I can't even go to sleep. I have so much work to do. My heart, I'm messed up. Oh, gosh. Where are the comments? He did have to stick to his morals, but concerning Peter, I'm just like, well, why would you come on the show? Like, if you don't, I don't know. I'm rooting for him. We were rooting for you, Peter. We were all rooting for you. You too, Rachel. We were all rooting for you. How dare you pick Brian? We, the black community, the sisters, we tuned into this show. We put this show on the map. Let me tell you something. The Bachelorette never had these kind of views. They never had them. We made them change their whole format for this show. The sisters supported you. We still do. We're not going to banish you from the community, but you could have picked Peter. You could have picked Peter. But I know she wanted the ring. And again, I don't think I wouldn't want her being the first black bachelorette to not receive a ring as well, but Brian is not the one. In my heart, he's not the one. He's good for the show, but I just don't think he's the one. I'm trying to comment to everybody. It pissed me off that Peter said that he would propose to her, but she said not to propose. Yeah, exactly. He said, guys, okay, that's what it is. I was so there for it. He said that I'm not ready, but I will do that for you to let you know that this is how much I want you. Like, that wasn't even good enough. That was not good enough. Like, he's telling you that he's not ready. He just wanted to be with you. I don't think that her and Peter wouldn't have got married. But I think that he just wanted her time with her outside of the cameras, outside of all these trips. He just wanted to be with her. And she, girl, you know what? Shout out to Rachel, because I feel like this show has put her on the map as well. I feel like she's going to have a respectable reality TV show career. I think that Lord knows I love Brian, but I feel like he's going to go like, little grimy reality TV show. But they pay well. So I don't feel like he'll be as respectable as Rachel, but I think he's going to get a coin. I think his business is going to do very well. I think they're going to do a lot of press tours. I think, Brian is going to play this up. And again, I'm not mad at him. He can do it. Like, he did it. He just won the Bachelorette. And nobody saw it for him. The guys in the house, Rachel's parents, the viewers, none of us saw it for him. But look where he is now. That boy is good. That boy good. That boy is good. I'm so shocked. Wait, who just said that? Yes, K0886. Let's talk about it. She did. She chose with a puss. And yes, Grimalda, Rachel did try to ruin Peter's chances for The Bachelor, because she kept on saying, yeah, this process isn't for you. I just don't think that this process is for you. No, you shouldn't find love on the show. You're a different kind of person, because Rachel knew that Peter was being looked at. I think that they're looking at Peter, Eric, and Dean for The Bachelors. So far, I think because Rachel tried to kill Peter's chances, I think that Dean and... You know what? I thought it was Dean, right? But Dean is on The Bachelor in Paradise. So I'm thinking, guys, the next bachelor might be Eric because Eric was very respectable. Him and Rachel had a really good connection. Like, they were really, really cool. But when Peter got on that stage, her eyelashes was batting on her. She kept on rolling her eyes. Every time he spoke, she was shaking her head. They even called her sassy, which I didn't like. But listen, if it fits, it fits. Because she was sassy as hell when Peter sat on that stage. And even Chris was like, do you want to see him, Rachel? No, I don't. I was like, okay, there's still something there, which is why I still have hope for them. But I feel like Rachel was using a cop-out because she said to Peter that when she was crying and having all those emotions, she said that she was having all of those emotions because she was feeling all of that stuff from her last relationship. And I was like, girl, no, you wasn't. You have to say that because your fiance is backstage watching you fall apart over another man the day before he proposed to you. So you got to clean that up because you don't want Bae to be looking at you sideways like I'm proposing to you and you sitting over here crying. I'm thinking that you're sick because your eyes are puffy, but actually they're puffy because you was crying over Peter. So she had to make no, I was just, all that emotion came from my last relationship. Girl, bye. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. That was all Peter because he's the real deal. But why did he come on this show? Oh, this show has got me messed up. Who? Yep, Peter was willing to bend, but she did say no. He was, yes, and that's what I felt like. If she gave him a chance, the next morning he would have proposed. And then she's just like, well, I don't believe that you'll get there overnight, and I won't trust it. But you accepted a proposal from Brian, and you was just crying over Peter the day before. So how? This is my thing, right? I just feel like Rachel's logic sometimes on this show doesn't make sense because she was judging the guys for not saying that they loved her or was in love with her. But she wasn't saying it. She wasn't saying that she loved the guys or fall in love with them. So why was it a requirement for them to say it if you weren't even saying it? And then she's just like, she won't trust Peter's proposal if he proposes the next day. But you were crying over him one night, straddling him another night, banging him the night before, and then you accept a proposal from Brian. But you can do that, but Peter can't do that. It's just the double standard just doesn't make sense for me. And I feel like Rachel wants a man. Sorry, sis, you still are my favorite Bachelorette. But I feel like Rachel wants a man that she can kind of dominate a bit. And I think that maybe that's the lawyer in her. I'm not sure. Or the fact that she has very strong women in her family. Have you met Constance? Okay. Constance definitely wears the pants in that marriage. So I feel like that's kind of what she wanted because I believe that Rachel with Brian can lead the way. Like she can steer how that relationship is going, but not with Peter. With Peter, it's a compromise. And that's how real relationships work. You have to compromise, but she doesn't want to do the she can compromise with. She even said, I'm here for a husband. I'm not here for no boyfriend, and looked right at Peter. All that emotion to him and you sent him home? Girl, I'm not convinced. I'm sad, but I'm not convinced. He did. Peter said he was going to propose. Oh, wait. Do they do a happily ever edition? I thought that was it, what we just watched. Are they going to do like a happily ever after with the both of them? What? I thought that's what we watch. Or is that going to be another show? Let me know in the comment section. Yep, they're dating. Her and Brian are dating. Dating for us. Dating for that People magazine cover. Please. We're going to see Brian all over TMZ. Guys, just you wait. Just you wait. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read everybody. Oh, wait, who just said that? Because I want to talk about that. Crunk Keeley. Yes, but he was just like, so why don't you, you can just settle for a mediocre life. I was like, Brian is getting a little saucy. Although that scene was sad for me, I enjoyed it because to me, that's a real relationship. That is a real relationship. They were going back and forth. He was showing some passion. He was taking a little cheap shots. He said that she was going to have a mediocre life because she knew that she was picking Brian. So, and Peter and Brian never really got along. So I don't think that he was saying that negatively towards Rachel. I felt like he was taking a shot at Brian because Peter knew that he was the perfect choice. He knew that. And Rachel just let it go for that ring. Showmanship. Maybe her and Brian are both like performers and I don't know. Maybe they playing to both of us, guys. Maybe we all being scammed. I don't know. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to do another YouTube. I'm going to do my YouTube recap. And then I'm going to do a recap about what I really think is going on. And I think that Peter kind of got caught up in some production stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like he came on this show not really knowing what to expect. And I feel like Rachel's been through it before. You know what I mean? And Brian has already done reality TV. And just to be real, guys, reality TV is not reality TV. What you see on the show is not really what goes down. They edit it a certain way and they have certain storylines. Like if you watch any reality TV show, you'll see they have writers. And that's because they have to script something for us to watch. You know, not all of it is fake, which is why they are able to get away with reality TV. But if you watch, I forget what it is, but it's this. It's a TV show on WeTV that basically is like a mockumentary, like a mockumentary of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and it's really like a really good example of what the show is. You know what I mean? Like they can edit it any way they want to, which is why I kind of think that Rachel and Brian both know what's up. You know what I mean? They both know that this is going to be a great opportunity for us career-wise, and I'm not mad at that. If you can find a way to advance yourself career-wise, do it. I don't feel like they're selling their souls to the devil. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like they're doing anything negative. I think they put together a really good show, and I think that they are going to be very good on their press tours. I just don't think it's the real thing. I think Rachel sent the real thing home. Yeah, who just said that? Lil Chiz underscore 1010. I do. It was definitely a competition for Brian. And Brian knew how to play the game. When he got out of that limo, he started dropping that Spanish, and he dropped it on her at the end because that was what he did to get her. As soon as he dropped that Spanish, Rachel got weak in the knees, and he knew he had her. He knew he had her. Player. Oh gosh, I'm hoping that she's in on it, and I'm hoping that she just did not get played by this dude, but I feel like she got played. And I'm telling you, whenever your family has a red flag about a person, that sloppy seconds and all that stuff, like from the minute Brian was on the Ellen show, everything that I felt about him was confirmed. He was all about them cameras. He kept on stealing the mic from Peter. That's just who he is. He's a showman, and he's going to work this show in a way where it's really going to work out for him. I guarantee we'll see him on The Bachelor in Paradise. I guarantee we'll see him on Famously Single on E. I guarantee, somebody said he's already selling merchandise. Why not? Like, I'm not mad at the dude. I'm just mad that she sent somebody home that I thought was a really good guy for her. Yes, Nefertiti, I'm so upset. I am like, my feelings are hurt because I've invested so much in this show. We've all invested so much in this show for her to pick Brian, somebody that they've been alluding to the whole time. Like, guys, let's be real. I kind of knew that she was picking him from that watch. When they did that watch, and then she wore it on the hometowns, the matching watch thing, in front of dudes that she was already dating. Come on now, come on, women, let's talk. When you do stuff like that, you are putting out a signal. You letting dudes know that you already chose. So why even waste everybody's time? All the guys picked up on that with the whole watch thing, and I'm just like, oh, so you already know who you picking. And she probably knew who she was picking because she knew that would be the guy who would propose. That would be the guy who will work well on the press tours, because they're going to be all over the Today Show and Good Morning America and Wendy Williams. Why not? You're the first Black Bachelorette. Like, work it. Like, do what you need to do. But don't string us along for 8 weeks knowing, 8 weeks, 2 hours out of my Monday night for Brian. Like, y'all couldn't have gave me no suspense. Nothing. All y'all did was string me along for 8 weeks to break my heart. What kind of torturous show is this? This was torture. That that second hour was torture for me. It was so much torture. Seeing her cry and Peter cry, her eyes are puffy. She cried so much her glitter dripped down her cheek. And she got engaged to Brian. She has never shed a tear over Brian. Like, what? Women, we have got to do better. In 2017, stop letting these men with swag take you down. Stop it. Swag gets us every time. We lose our mind, and next thing you know, we end up in this relationship with this man, and we got swag kids by him, living this swag life, and we miserable because we sitting over there, we getting all old, and we thinking about the dude we let get away because he ain't have all the swag. Peter don't got the swag, but he got the heart, Rachel. He got the heart. Go get him back. You ain't signed no papers. I can't. I still have hope. I still have hope. Chase a check. Never chase a ring. Yes, Nefertiti. It's, everybody does love Peter, but I love him for Rachel because I've always felt from day one that they were the real thing. Those two never felt fake to me. Rachel and Peter never felt fake. With Rachel with Dean, I always knew that wasn't the real deal, but Dean was fine. So I was imagining myself as Rachel when she was with him. That's the only reason why I wanted him to last. But with Peter and Rachel, I just always felt like they were the real deal. Like when I would see them together in scenes, I would lose I would swoon over the two of them when that old man in Spain, wherever they were at, gave them that wine cellar together. Rachel, what are you going to do with the wine cellar that you have with Peter? How? This show, you know what? Is the Bachelorette always like this? This is a very emotional show. Ridiculously emotional. I'm having so many feelings. I'm sweating. I'm screaming. Oh, I can't, y'all. I can't. I wonder what are her... I do. I want to know what her family's true feelings are as well. That breakup was so real, Nefertiti. Yes, me too. Me too. I felt like I was being dumped. And like, guys, seriously, I'm watching the breakup with Rachel and Peter, and I'm sitting over there responding to the TV with what I would say in that situation. Especially when she said, I don't want to leave. I said, girl, don't jump on him. Stay. Peter, run out. I was hoping that even when Rachel was in that dress, because Chris Harrison said, you think you know how this show ends. You don't. So I was hoping that Peter was going to run out of like one of their production cars and just be like, no. You know what? If you guys grew up watching A Different World, I felt like we were going to have a scene where Dwayne Wade went at the, I forget her name, but Jasmine Guy's character, when they were at that wedding scene, and he was like, baby, please. And she was like, I do. I thought that we were going to have a moment like that. I really did. I was hoping that a production van was going to pull up and Peter was going to run out just crying and disheveled and just be like, you are making the worst decision of your life. It's me. I thought we were going to have that, but we didn't. Wait, Harvey says, yes, the Bachelorette usually always goes with the baddie guy that the viewers don't like, so it's normal to rot. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh. Roshan says, I can't help wondering if she chose Brian out of spite because maybe they didn't completely approve of him. You know what? Maybe that's it too. I felt like with Rachel, with her family, I felt like maybe she was doing that bad boy thing that we all do when our family or our parents don't approve of someone. We always kind of, we become more intrigued. I remember my mom telling my family business. I remember my little sister was dating this guy and like none of us approved of it. My mom was just like, we have to back off because the more and more that we disapprove of this guy, their relationship is going to grow because she is going to protect him to the point where she won't be able to hear us. So as soon as we backed off, she was able to see what we had seen from the beginning, but she just needed us to get out of that, to stop clouding her with our doubts so she can see it for herself. So maybe that's it. Maybe Rachel is so protective of Brian, and because she's fighting everybody who's saying that he's not the one, she doesn't have time to really see, now that the cameras are gone, that they're probably not a really good fit. You know what I mean? And that happens to a lot of us. That really, really does. So maybe that's what's happening with the both of them. I'm not sure. But I am just so hurt. I'm so confused. And I'm kind of not, you know what I mean? I felt like we knew it. Like, I don't know. I was just hoping that it wasn't the outcome that we've been told would be the outcome since episode 2. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what, ABC, you got to get a hold of Reality Steve. Y'all really do. Y'all a $1 billion studio and y'all can't stop this man's little blog from spoiling everything. That's not right. Like, he's putting all this tea from your show out there. How do y'all have these many leaks in this $1 billion studio? Like, what? Listen, I can't. Little Shit says, I mean, her and Brian is cute together, but Peter, yeah, Peter's perfect. Oh, wait, Harvey. He asked to see her after the show, and Peter asked to see Rachel after the show, and she said no. Wow. Oh, let me tell you something, Smile Chris. I knew that Rachel was going to clap back. This is why I knew, right? She was getting it. She was being interviewed on the red carpet about Brian, and somebody, this nice little interviewer just mentioned the sloppy seconds thing that she put in her blog that her family had an issue with. She mentioned it to Rachel. Rachel got so nasty, and I didn't like to see her like that, but she got so nasty. She was just like, well, I know him, and everybody else doesn't know him, so I was really upset that they would say something like that, and I know the man that he is. And right there I was just like, oh, that's your husband. You chose him, because that don't no woman fight like a man over there unless she chose him, unless that's her rib. You know what I mean? And I just knew at that point. I was just like, she picked this dude because she is getting so upset. This little frail reporter was just like, oh my gosh, I just asked the question, and Rachel cussed her out, neck and everything, all of this, cussed that woman out about Brian. Girl, I really hope that she works this whole thing into more opportunities for her. I hope we get a Rachel and Peter reunited. Listen, ABC, if it don't work out with her and Brian and y'all do this whole Rachel and Peter thing, dating, or, a little Rachel and Peter reality show, a little Rachel and Peter wedding, I'm there for all of it. You got me for all of it, because that I believe. I don't believe none of these reality TV shows, but Rachel and Peter, that was the real thing. That breakup, we were all in that room. We were just like, oh, this is us. Like, I'm crying, I'm shaking. I'm over here trying to eat my little watermelon, and I'm like, I can't get myself together because Peter is saying what's wrong with him. Rachel is saying she don't want to leave, but she's getting an engagement ring from Brian the next day. Where they do that at? That don't make no kind of sense. Please tell me, anybody, if you would accept, if you would not only accept the proposal, but propose to somebody who the prior day was crying over their ex, or crying over some dude that they had previously dated, or had slept with them. This show don't make no sense. She slept with these dudes, nights before. Then she's crying over another dude that is having an overnight with a dude the night before, and then she's getting proposed to. It doesn't make sense. This is why none of these engagements really hold up, because it's just, nobody would accept that. No man. This is why I also believe that Brian is not the real deal, because he was so excited to propose to her. Can I be real with y'all? No dude will accept or will propose to a woman who's still hung up on another dude. No way. No way would they do that. And maybe Brian proposed because he really didn't know how strong her attraction was to Peter, because he never saw the dates, right? He never saw their dates. We saw those dates, so that's why we came to that conclusion, but he never saw it. So maybe he did propose to her thinking that he was number one, because when he was in his dates with Rachel, she was treating him like he was the man, wearing matching watches in front of the last 4 remaining dudes. So that was putting out a signal. So maybe she was messing with his head, and he's thinking he got this in the bag, because he was saying it the whole time. He was like, oh, I'm 100% confident. I know that she's going to choose me, and if she don't, it's the worst decision of her life. Really? Okay. Sound like somebody we know. I can't. The fact that she could push it. Yes, KK. I couldn't believe. All she could think about was Peter on her date with Brian. Yes, Crunk Keeley. The whole time, Brian is doing all this talking to her, pouring out his heart to her, and Peter is all in her mind. All in her mind. Rachel, listen. Constance, help us, please. Help us. We need you, Constance. Talk to your sister. Oh, this is not the right decision, Rachel. It's not. Girl. Where are those twins, the besties? Where are they at? Is nobody telling her that? I don't know. I just hope that, she gets what she needs from Brian and is able to move on into a healthy relationship with Peter. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get all these comments, but they stopped them for some reason. Shanti 1021 says, I could sense the tension when Peter came out on me too. She was so nasty and like short with him. And listen, I get it, because she's watching back this scene where she's watching back a breakup, right? And she also has watched the whole season, and she was able to see Peter outside of the dates that they were in, just having all of these moments, and see his confessionals where he's questioning everything. So I honestly get her being upset. But when you're over a dude, you pay them dust. You know what I mean? And the fact that she didn't pay him any dust, she gave him everything, that emotion. That right there was misleading to Peter, because that's giving the dude hope. Because you're still so emotional about him. Women do this all the time. All the time. Be in full relationships with another dude, knowing good and well you want that other guy to act right. You end up taking this rebound dude, getting into some type of relationship with him because you want to make the dude that you really want mad. And next thing you know, you're married and got kids with this fool. Rachel, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let your age mess you up. Do not do it. Because if you watch Adam Ruins Everything, the season 2, episode 1 premiere, which your girl is on, you will know that as long as you remain healthy, you can have kids later in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to get caught up on, oh, I'm 32 and I need to have kids by such and such because all of my sister has 2 kids, you know, my girlfriend has kids, and my girlfriend. That's why you got to get out of Texas. You got to get out of that small town, and maybe LA will do you right, because you need to be about you and getting yourself right in a position where you know how to choose a man based off of what you want and not based off of your age or the fact that you're ready to be married right now because everybody else is and everybody else got a ring. Like, you need to start making decisions based off of you. And I think she's smart enough to do that, which is why I think they're probably all playing us. You know what I mean? And I think maybe Peter probably played the game to be the Bachelor, but Rachel shot his chances down tonight, baby. She shot him down. She said, oh no, this show ain't for you. I was like, oh no. Let me tell you something. When you do petty ex-girlfriend things, you still hung up on the dude. You still, because if you wasn't, you would be campaigning for him. But the fact that she shut him down and kept on saying to Chris and to the rest of America, putting doubt in our mind about him being a bachelor, oh, you're not ready. You need something different. This show isn't for you. I was like, yes, petty Rachel, go off, go off. She went off on him, and I felt bad for Peter. You know, this process, but she's right though. This show wasn't for him. This process wasn't for him. He wasn't able to make that choice within the time needed. And if you come on this show, that's what is expected of you. And he didn't do it. Yes, Ray, she tried to ruin him. Yes, she did. That's why I don't think, and guys, I think the next Bachelor is Eric. And I didn't think they would go black on black, but who knows? 2017 has shocked everybody, okay? Who knows? They might go black. You know what I mean? Because Eric isn't on Bachelor in Paradise, but Dean is talking about he's in love with 2 women. How you going to be in love with 2 women and then be the Bachelorette looking for a wife? You know what I mean? So I feel like they already messed up his storyline, but I think we may get him as a Bachelor later in life. But I feel like at this point, it's between Peter and Eric, and Rachel messed that up for him. She really did. She really, really did. Because Peter at this point can't come back and be the Bachelor. And it's just like, oh, you couldn't propose to Rachel in 8 weeks, but you can propose to another chick in 8 weeks. And then don't let him pick a white chick, because then it's a whole race war. People be like, oh, you couldn't propose to the sister, but you can propose to this white girl. You know what I mean? So I just, Rachel messed that up for him. Rachel destroyed Peter's chances. And if he really wanted it, sorry, dude, but the way he was uncomfortable on that stage with her and crying, I don't think he wanted it at all. Like, he was crying backstage. Peter, it's okay. You're not going to be single for long, okay? And please don't nobody give that boy death threats. He's already fragile. Look at him. He's a wreck. He is a wreck. Rachel messed him up, and there's nothing like a broken dude going to see his ex, and she's like angry and nasty to him, just digging in extra knives into his ribs. She was so saucy with Peter. Oh my goodness. He can't. Yes, Peter cannot. Oh wait, see, I didn't see. Oh, okay. Oh, Jimmy Kimmel. Wait. Roshan says Jimmy Kimmel gave major shade to Rachel and Brian. He was yes. Okay, see, it hasn't come on here yet. So when I watch it, I'll talk to y'all about it. Maybe from the past for The Bachelor. Oh, so it might not be Eric. They were supposed to do. Oh, this is so sad. 3rd or 4th place usually are The Bachelor, not 2nd. Oh, so it might be Eric. It might be Eric. Oh, who just said yes, Robin? That second proposal, and did you see? None of the audience cared. He got down on one knee. Nobody like, oh my goodness, he's gonna propose. Nobody cared when he got down. I was just like, oh, dude, who cares? And then the second proposal was even more lackluster than the first one. I was just like, you getting these basic proposals? I feel like Peter would have gave her his whole heart. Oh man. Rachel, the whole world saw the dude that you let go away. I could never do this show. I could never watch the entire world watch me make dumb decisions. Oh no, because I'm sitting here heated. Like, Brian has never cried over you. Even when they were at that winery and he was telling her that he loved her, I was just like, oh my goodness. He's just running game. He is just running so much game. It's like everything that he says is just so basic, so monotone. It's just the same level. It's nothing deep. And this is why I think it's nothing deep, because he fell in love with her within like two episodes. You ain't even have a one-on-one, but you in love. You in love with the fame that's about to come from winning this show. Get your coins, Brian. Get your coins. And Rachel, why would you pick a dude that got a mother-in-law that says that she will kill you if you break his heart? Because that's what's going to happen. I don't see this going anywhere. None of us do. Yes, A. Lewis. A. Lewis 0518, 6 months. I give it 6 months. And there'll be another People cover. There'll be all types of press interviews. I'm telling you, they are going to work the hell out of this engagement and break up for the remainder for all of 2018. It's going to be Rachel and Brian. Then it's going to be paparazzi catching her and Peter coming out of a cafe. And they're going to wrap us all into it again. Oh, ABC, you smart. You is smart, because we all gonna be like, oh my goodness, Rachel and Peter are out on a date. What does this mean? Y'all smart. But you know what? Get your coins, because I'm telling you, if she gets back with Peter, I'm invested all over again. I'm invested. You know what? I have not been this upset about a breakup since Nick and Jessica. I watched that show. I believed that love. That was the real deal. And when they broke up, I was no more good. I was a wreck because I was invested in that show. And for them to divorce on me like that, I was there from your wedding all the way down. I cannot. They playing us. Rachel is roasting people on Twitter. Oh, she's Simone, she is nasty. I'm telling you, she cussed that reporter out. And I was just like, she just asked the question about the sloppy seconds comment that your fiance made. You know what? I didn't want to say it because it's the first Black Bachelorette and I want to be on her side. But Rachel got a little nasty side to her. And maybe all the other bachelorettes are like this. I don't know. I haven't watched any other show. But when you get on that side of Rachel, she got a side that I'm just like, oh no. You can't come at me like that. Absolutely not. But she real nasty with them tweets. And I've been starting to, like, I saw it the first time when she addressed her mother. That was shocking to me. And then I saw it when she was on a red carpet and that producer asked her about the sloppy seconds. And now I'm hearing that she is going off on Peter on Twitter. And I'm like, off on people on Twitter, and I can't. She was mad about Peter's yearbook, but was fine with Brian on players. Yes, smile, Chris. Like, how are you okay with that? He was on the show about players. That dude knows how to play the game. He is good. He's from Miami. Have you ever been down to Miami? Have you ever been down there and walk down the block in Miami? It's so many slimy dudes where you're just like, what? You know what? You be feeling like you be feeling like you're like a Jet magazine cover model. You know what? Do you read Jet magazine? A Vogue cover model, because those guys is like, hey, mommy, you know what I mean? You thinking that you something, not realizing that you just a little spring break fling. You're not the real deal. But them dudes in Miami are so suave. Miami and New York City, don't fall in love in New York or Miami. Those dudes are suave. They know how to play the game. They will get your head all wrapped up, and the next thing you know, your whole life is a mess. You fighting with another baby mom. I'm telling you, New York and Miami, stay woke. Stay woke. And any dude from North Philadelphia or South Philly, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth your time. It is not worth your time. And if he says he's from West Philadelphia, run. Don't even talk to him. Keep swipe left or swipe right, whatever. Keep on swiping. West Philadelphia especially, but North Philly and South Philly, keep it moving. West Philly, run. Run. And that's some true tea. That's some true tea. I'm telling you. Those guys know how to play the game. They will cap your head up, call you all kinds of queens and beautiful. You know what I mean? You could be feeling some sort of way about your looks, and next thing you know, he all up in your head, and you making dumb decisions. You know what I mean? Messing up your credit, paying for his child support. Why am I talking about? Anyway, let me go to the comments. I don't think her family likes him because he says, my family trusts my decision. Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, who said that? Simone, absolutely. I don't think Rachel wants Peter to move on either. She does not want him on The Bachelor because she wants to keep him in rotation because she is still full of that dude. She still got some emotions over him, so she's not going to let him get this opportunity and fall in love with another chick when she knows this is what my issue was. Another issue that I had with Rachel is that she was going into this engagement knowing that it could break off. You know what I mean? Knowing that it couldn't be forever. Because even when Peter was like, I want to propose only one time, and I want it to be forever. And Rachel was just like, oh, that doesn't mean that to me. So you getting engaged to like random dudes and just breaking up? Like, what is that? That doesn't make sense. But she knew that going into an engagement, they might break up. And I think she was trying to explain to Peter that an engagement doesn't mean marriage. That's so stupid. Like, yes, it does. Like, if you're getting engaged to a person, your intention is to marry that person. So she was okay with getting engaged and breaking up later if it doesn't work out. Nobody goes into an engagement with an idea that, oh, it might not work. When you get to the engagement part, you pretty much know that this is who you want to spend the rest of your life with. But I felt like she was trying to say that to Peter to just be like, me and this dude not going to work out. But I want you to still stick around. And she did not want him to get The Bachelor because she knew that they were circling him to be The Bachelor because even Fine Dean and Mr. Miracle season, Peter has everybody's heart. Everybody loves him. I do my YouTube recaps and I watch other people's recaps, and everybody always talks about how much Peter is the fan favorite. He really, really is. But she shot it down. If we thought that Peter was going to be the Bachelor, baby, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. She shut it down on national TV. I was like, ooh, you better go ahead and be a petty girlfriend. I was just like, yes. I was kind of here for it. You know what I mean? It was petty. But that also let me know that she was still feeling him. You know what I mean? For her to like, oh man, she was giving him so many side eyes and rolling her eyes and just swishing that weave. I was like, ooh, you still got feelings for Peter. Oh, Rachel. Did you hear when she said to Eric, it's hard for me to say this, but your future girl is lucky. Clearly she isn't. Yeah, I heard her say that too. She is prideful. Yeah, me too. After this, I'm going over to Twitter because I want to see who the people she cussed out. Because I've tweeted some things too. And I hope Mother didn't get gully and tweet back at me. Because let me tell you something, Texas. You ain't never met Philly. You ain't never met it. And I love you. And I'll ride for you. But what you won't do is clap back on me. Not on Twitter. Oh, no, you won't. Oh, no, you won't. I am a viewer. I have my views. Okay? I'm still supportive, though, because I feel like you're going to get with Peter. Guys, when they were at that winery and that little girl walked up, I'm telling you, that was the soul of their future child coming to see her parents. I'm telling you, because in the future, they're going to be able to time travel and all that stuff. So I really feel like that was a symbol. That was a symbol for Rachel to see that Peter was the one, but our girl ain't do it. She went for the ring. And I mean, I understand because it's a show and that is the end game. So, and she didn't, and she had a lot of pressure. Let's be real. She had a lot of pressure and she did not want to be she did not want to be the first Black Bachelorette who didn't get a ring, because that will say that Black women aren't valuable. And there'll be so many think pieces on Twitter about how the only Black Bachelorette didn't get a ring. She can't get a man to commit and Black women aren't loved. So I understand, like, right? I get it. I honestly understand that being big for her, right? I still feel like she made the wrong decision. I understand why she did it. I understand and I get it, and I'm not faulting her for it. I just feel like she let the real thing go because she wanted to have the end game that was, I guess, congratulatory for the Bachelor Nation or just normal. Because, guys, seriously, she couldn't be the first black bachelorette and not get an engagement. Like, it just, it couldn't happen. It really, really couldn't. So, poor Rachel. She was. Robin, I can't with her and the pettiness all over all over Instagram and Twitter. I can't. Like she's being very like negative, and it's just like, girl, we're not up, and that's what I want her to understand. We're not mad at you. You know what I mean? We're disappointed in your decision, but all of these fans have been writing for you, and you have to realize, Rachel, you have to realize that we saw what the producers wanted us to see. So our decisions are based off of what we have viewed as viewers. And from what I have seen, you and Peter are the real deal. Brian seems very calculated to me. I feel like he's playing a game. And from what the men in the house have said about him, confirms everything that the viewers are saying. That he's fake. He's not real. Like all of that stuff, that he's playing a game, that he's a player. And maybe that's all being a setup for the breakup that's about to happen. And then we get this, because let's be real, right? In the entertainment industry, you in a relationship, money is power, but there is no kind of fame like a celebrity breakup. Let me tell you something. A celebrity breakup is extremely profitable, and the Bachelor Nation is huge. They have, this show has a huge following. So Rachel and Brian on the magazine covers and all that and doing these talk shows is great. But there's nothing like him cheating or him being a player and him breaking her heart and all of this stuff. Girl, let me tell you something. She will have like one-on-ones on Nightline. Like she would have every kind of interview you could imagine. Her star power would triple because now we've been on this journey with her, and now her heart is broken. We're all feeling bad because we thought she let the real one get away. So we're like all invested now, even more than we've ever been before. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's the setup for that. You know what I mean? But it makes sense if that is, because that's smart, That's more money for them if they can really capitalize off of this breakup. Because Rachel with Brian is gold. But Rachel by herself, healing her heart, having her waiting to exhale moment with her girlfriends, diamond. She would get so many opportunities. And it also fares well for her for being the first black bachelorette. Like everybody is tuning in. So, if that's how they played the game, smart. I ain't hating. I think it's a great decision, and it gives us something more to tune into and to connect with. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. She totally shaded Peter. She did. Lauren, I do believe that she settled instead of having true love. Yeah, none of the fans. Hey, Lewis, none of the fans are into this. I've been on Twitter, and I've been watching Twitter while I've been watching this show, and I'm telling you, nobody is into it. Nobody is into Brian and Rachel. Everybody is like tweeting shady gifts. Everybody's heart is broken. We're all disappointed. We really, really are, because we were hoping for a different outcome, because we saw that breakup. They should have never aired that breakup if they were going to give her Brian. If the end game was going to be Brian, they should have never aired that breakup with Peter, because there was more passion in that breakup than there was in that measly proposal. Guys, I'm sinking in my couch. That proposal was so cheesy. It was so corny. I was just like, no tears, nothing. But you know that Peter would have been crying. You know that he would have been telling her that she was his world. You know that Rachel would have cried off of her eyelashes again. It wasn't the outcome that we expected, but it was it wasn't the outcome that we hoped for, but it was the outcome that we knew was coming. Like, we knew it, guys. We saw this train coming, and we still stayed in the wrath of the train, and we got hit smack dab right into our hearts. Wait. I just saw something. Kay, where did her friend say that she made the wrong choice? I need to see that. Let me tell you something. Simone, Rachel did all that. When she saw that ring, that was her. She didn't get excited about Brian getting on his knee. She didn't even get excited when he did it the second time. She got all those emotions over that ring. She, gimme, 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 gimme. After she was just crying over Peter. Guys, she sure did settle. Yes, Nefertiti, it was not the outcome that we deserve. In the words of Mama D, we deserve. And on that note, family, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm actually gonna work on the YouTube recap right now. So I'll see you soon. Love you guys.